Hey there, I was reading a Wall Street Journal article recently where something interesting came up, where there was an article which says that Amazon set up a secretive shell company called Big River Services. Get it? Big River Amazon in 2015 under the code name Project Curiosity. The project was to gather competitive intelligence on Amazon's e commerce rivals like Walmart, probably Target, and so on by acting as a seller on their platforms without revealing Amazon's involvement. Big River made sales of about $1 million per year across multiple countries, across multiple platforms, allowing them to obtain data on things like pricing, logistics, operations, and other details of rival marketplaces. Team members attended competitor conferences posing as Big River employees, very, very sneaky, and used non Amazon email addresses externally to maintain secrecy. Internally, they printed numbered reports and avoided electronic communications to reduce risk of exposure. Talking of potential legal risks, legal experts warn that misrepresenting yourself to gain proprietary competitive data can potentially lead to lawsuits for trade secret misappropriation or other claims. Companies gathering competitive intelligence need to be cautious about using deceptive tactics that could be considered fraudulent or violating NDAs. I mean, who doesn't want to collect competitive intelligence? But this is going above and beyond, in my opinion. There are antitrust risks involved with the collection and use of consumer data in anti competitive ways that harm rivals, especially massive companies like Amazon. Companies could face civil litigation from competitors, consumers, or regulators over anti competitive behavior related to data practices. Transparency and compliance with antitrust laws is important to mitigate these risks. And with the massive amount of lawsuits that Amazon is already facing with the FTCs, I'm surprised that they even thought that this would be a good idea. And I know in a competitive business environment, ethical considerations are often taken a back seat. But if you really think about it, Amazon's actions in Product Curiosity seem to contradict their stated philosophy of being customer obsessed over focusing on competitors. And Jeff Bezos has said this multiple times over and over again. The operation highlights Amazon's aggressive tactics to maintain its competitive edge, even against smaller rivals, potentially raising ethical concerns. And they have been known to threaten even smaller e-commerce companies during a few years ago, or put so much pressure on them that they either are forced to sell or shut shop. There's a growing focus on data ethics and responsible use of consumer data by companies. Ethical lapses can occur when executives prioritize short-term profits over properly vetting data sources, consent and context of use, etc. Data misuse can and has eroded consumer trust and leads to misrepresentation of individuals through digital systems without accountability. In my opinion, while gathering competitive intelligence is a common business practice, I believe Amazon went too far by using deceptive tactics and front shell companies to covertly obtain data from rivals. So much so that the extraordinary lengths that they went to maintain secrecy and avoid paper trails suggest that they knew the operation skirted ethical and potentially legal boundaries. However, by seemingly avoiding theft of true trade secrets, Amazon may have threaded a legal needle, though the ethics remains highly questionable. Companies should strive to compete fairly through transparent means that maintain public trust rather than resorting to cloak and dagger operations that prioritize competitive edge over ethical conduct.